I
Don't give it away.
my lunchbox had Beatles in it, but that was because it was a messy, messy kitchen.
Edible people.
Ivor, your book is such a great read. I think for anybody who is wanting to know more about the Beatles and is a fan of the Beatles, you really take them on a seat that not many people in the world will ever have been on or ever could ever do that. On this private jet, flying around the States.
It's nice of you to say that, but the point is, 90% of the Beatles books were written by people who never met the Beatles. My book is about somebody who was traveled with them, ate with them, drank with them, slept with them, not in the same room, but slept with them.
Yeah.
And had a good time with them on this incredible 5-week ticket to ride.
Can we also say that you were also kind of a Beatle yourself because you wrote as one?
Well, what I did was, part of my job was to write George Harrison's column for him. I was his ghostwriter. So I guess for a little while I was in a Beatles skin, pretending I was George Harrison, although, Arthur, you know me, I don't look at all like George Harrison, although I am mistaken sometimes for John Lennon or Paul McCartney's twin, identical twin. It happens to me all the time.
May I ask you a question? Of all 4 Beatles, do you have a favorite?
You know, I like John best because he was wicked, he was provocative, he was funny, he had a lightning brain. It reminded me of, in later years I interviewed Robin Williams, who thought 10 times faster than most human beings, and that was John Lennon. He was just outrageously funny and entertaining.
I know we're almost out of time, but I know something's coming up very soon, speaking of music, in your own backyard, practically, in Ventura. Can you tell us a little about it?
Well, thank you very much indeed. I live in Ventura, California. We have the greatest music festival on the face of the earth. It begins next weekend, which is July 13th, and I tell you, it is somewhere where you can park outside. It's world-class music. Roger Calloway, a jazz musician, is a composer, Nabi Mehta and friends, and finishing up with Michael Feinstein, or is it Michael Feinstein, who is a very talented Broadway talent. And Ventura Music Festival is an American season of music, and anybody tuning in, it's worth traveling across the ocean or across anywhere to get to Ventura. So thanks for letting me give a little plug to the Ventura Music Festival.
Absolutely, and if people want to get a copy of your book right now, they can get it as an ebook, or they can order copies, right, through
from Amazon.
Amazon.
Or they can go to www.beatles.com. No, sorry, make that www.ivordavisbeatles.com.
ivordavisbeatles.com. Okay, we got it, Ivor. Thank you.
Thank you, and now I know being on the show with you three, the books will take a huge leap up, and I'll get back onto the bestseller list.
There you go.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Ivor Davis, live in Ventura, California. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to take you to Hawaii. Yeah, let's put on our hula skirts and get ready to do the hukilau. We'll be right back after these words.
So that's how a real TV show goes.
TV show. That was awesome.
So are we on YouTube and we're on Facebook Live?
Yeah, you're getting comments all up the yin yang on this.
Yeah, lots is coming in. By the way, Mary just came back. Are we still on, right? So
yeah.
We're
still live.
Mary just came back saying, fascinating review, thank you. Will this be a weekly live show, she asks.
Every other week it'll be live. And then the other times we're also going to be playing travel pieces that I'm going to release on my channel.
Hey, Arthur?
Yes.
So is that the end of phone calls?
That's the end of phone calls.
All phone calls.
Everything
Good.
now
Okay.
is just
Got
live
tapes,
stuff in studio
and I can do
and
it.
video.
Okay, thank
So
you.
we can do the opening next if you want.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
and travel is great.
Yeah, and great news travel news. By the way, another of your viewers, News Bashir,
Oh, nice. Okay.
News
Hi.
Bashir
Thank you.
says, nice to see you live, Rebecca.
Oh, that's so sweet. He's a
That's nice.
wonderful
It's
person.
better than
He
that.
comments to me all the time. We have such great following on Facebook and on YouTube of dear friends. I really appreciate it. It's awesome. I look at every single comment. And I either like or reply. I sometimes it's middle of the night. This is, by keeping a lot of the people. Michelle, where are you? What time zone are you in? What country are you from? Because many of my followers are from other countries, which is really making the world small and unifying. I love it.
You are so international. You should be the Secretary of Public Relations.
I talk so much to get wireless secretary.
No, not that kind of secretary. You know what's great, folks, if you're watching this on Facebook Live right now, we are reading your comments, we're sharing them with the world. It's a whole new globe for us. We're used to going around the world in this travel show.
Okay, so you need to know,
Okay,
Arthur von Wiesenberger has been in the travel business for 20 years. I've been seeing him from afar because he has a very notorious life. He used to have the best disco nightclub in all the world called Nippers. They had one in Beverly Hills I went to with my fake ID. And then,
You had a fake
and
ID.
also in Montecito. And so we ran into each other somehow.
Yeah.
And then here we are, and he's invited me to do a show with beautiful Martha Bull. And I've been to her house for dinner party. She's a great cook. She's a wonderful cook. We've had so much fun. A beautiful home. She's got a son, a little older than my kid's age.
31.
And she's married. Great husband, John.
Who was a good skier. I skied with him.
They have
Every year.
They have this
incestuous.
Yeah, we're all.
Walkery with the ski trip
It's a
they go
small
on
town.
every year, and Arthur makes big productions about that. And it's always very entertaining, and he's got great friends.
We're lucky. It's a great town, Santa Barbara. It's a fun place to do a travel show from because wherever you travel, it's always good to come back here. Really is. Even when I flew in last night from Hawaii, I was going, I love Hawaii. I love Hawaii. We're going to talk about Hawaii just a little bit on the show, and I got some great video of the Big Island of Hawaii. But
So thanks for joining everybody in my fan club on YouTube and on Facebook. I really appreciate it. And comment and tell me what you want in the next travel shows that I do, even the ones I produce elsewhere and bring back, where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to talk about, what we want to cover. And thanks for joining us on my very first travel show with
That's
Arthur
cool.
von Wiesenberger Around the World Travel.
And if you want to watch more of Rebecca and Martha and me on Around the World, you can always go to the website. Puts my hand in front of me. To the website atw.tv, and that is where all the shows reside. And as we were saying, there's been about 20 years of
archive
shows.
and talk about your YouTube channel, because this YouTube camera over here,
Oh yeah.
these are YouTubers, and we are collaborating. My very first collaboration is with
Wow,
Arthur von
YouTube
Wiesenberger.
meets Facebook.
Well,
So
no, it's
then-
collaborating with the other YouTuber.
Right,
So
so we
we
got
do that.
YouTube, we got Facebook, so it's your face, or FaceTube. No, maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, for you guys
We have
on,
a YouTube channel.
yeah, you guys
Say
on
it.
YouTube.
What's
You
your
guys on
YouTube channel? Sing describe it.
Nipper VW, NIPPERVW, that's the YouTube channel. Nipper VW, we got travel videos from around the world, we got it broken down by countries and by destinations, and we also have some fun music playlists, if you'd like to just hear some happy
He's
music.
he's the
And he
best.
does music.
That's the DJ days.
It's the disco.
really good
days.
at that.
Love it.
Okay, so are we ready to start, everybody?
Back to the show.
You tell me when you're ready to go.
Yes.
Okay, standing by. So this is the opening of the show.
Yeah.
To open the show.
So I can point it at that. That's the
Yeah.
best I can do.
Yeah.
Okay, from the intro, coming to you on.
19 years.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we've been on the air.
Yvonne Davids is joining
I'll
us.
give you a cue
I
for
don't
the
believe
window.
it. This is so exciting. Yvonne, I've known from when I was a little boy in London. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for tuning in. Yvonne is joining us on Facebook Live. And Yvonne knew my first fiance, actually, believe it or not. Well, I mean, I'm talking about
Oh,
back in history.
wow.
I mean, when I was a young little nipper in London, I was with a wonderful girl named Lynn Martin. Oh, I miss Lynn. Anyway, she was great, and Yvonne and Lynn were best friends. That's how I met.
Do you still
Yvonne.
talk to Lynn, Yvonne?
Lynn, yeah, I'm sure they do. And Lynn lives now in Spain, Olay.
Oh, nice.
So we're global. I think Yvonne is in Florida. Am I right, Yvonne? You can just type in, and I'm looking at your name on there. So if you want to say anything, Yvonne, just type in and we'll talk. We're going to show the opening of the show right now, and here we go. The opening of the show is rolling. And welcome, Globetrotters and armchair travelers, to another edition of Around the World. I'm Arthur von Wiesenberger. Joining me is Martha Bull, my co-host and co-pilot here on Around the World. And we have a special passenger on board.
We do.
One of our other favorite co-hosts.
And
she's throwing her bottles around. She's a wild woman. Say hi to Rebecca Brand. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi Arthur, hi Martha, good to be here today.
It's good to have you. And by the way, for those who don't know, we are streaming live on Rebecca Brand Recipes on Facebook as well as on YouTube, right? And what's the YouTube channel?
It's Rebecca Brand Recipes, on both.
It's easy. So if you want to watch this show, or if you want to watch what happens behind the scenes, and there's some naughty stuff that happens, you can see it right here on YouTube and Facebook. But anyway, for the rest of us who are watching on Channel 17 or listening to us on AM 1290, the Santa Barbara News Press radio station, we are going to have a great trip today of travelers. First off, I'm going to take you on a flight. We're going to go on EVA Airlines. EVA Airlines is the airline of Taipei, Taiwan.
Okay.
And they're based in, the hub is Taipei, which is the...
Is that where the
big airport.
typhoon was?
That is where the typhoon was actually in Hong Kong.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. But we're going to show you some video about what it's like on EVA Airlines, which really is a terrific option if you're going to Asia. Then after EVA, we're going to be talking with one of our favorite correspondents. He's English, which I won't hold against him. I wanted to wish him a happy 4th of July, just to remind him that they lost, we won. But anyway, Ivor Davis is going to be joining us. Ivor is the author of this amazing book called The Beatles and Me on Tour. This is a book which Ivor wrote while he was traveling with the Beatles on their first United States tour in 1964. And it's an amazing moment of time because he was sitting on their jet, hanging out in their rooms, talking with them. He was even writing on their behalf, and he was writing for the Daily Express, chronicling the whole trip. And this book covers it all. Some great photographs as well. I think you'll really enjoy that.
He was endorsed by the Beatles as he was writing for them on the tour.
He was a ghostwriter for George Harrison.
Yeah, that's right. Then, if that's not enough, we're going to go do the hula in Hawaii.
I'm
You ready?
I am ready. I love the hula.
Just fresh in from the big island of Hawaii. I'm still sporting a little bit of a tan. No, maybe not.
You look like you put a lot of sunscreen on.
I did put a lot of sunscreen on. I'm now in the land of like 100 SPF.
Yeah, being careful.
But anyway, but that didn't stop me from having a great time. And there were some wonderful things we're going to show you. What's happening on the big island of Hawaii. And we have that and much, much more in this edition of Around the World. But first, it's time for Travel News. And Travel News is brought to you by the internet website www.atw.tv, the first place to go, even to visit the last place on earth. And right off the top of Travel News, let's go to Martha Bull and see what's cooking.
Well, what's cooking? There is something cooking. It's going to be the world's biggest airport. It's scheduled to open in 2019.
A big airport? I don't think that's a good thing.
Why not?
Do we want, I mean, bigger is not better.
Well, but you don't know where it is, and it's needed.
Oh, really? LAX?
Yeah, well, no. Beijing.
Oh, I've been to Beijing's airport.
Yeah, it's going to be opening in 2019 and it'll become the new base for China Southern Airlines and China Eastern Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying this will put the SkyTeam Alliance members under one roof, allowing for easy flight connections for passengers. The pictures of this airport are unbelievable. It will be filled with civic gardens and includes separate passenger areas for which international and domestic flights to create a more compact building and reduce travel times. The innovative feature within the new 700,000 square feet terminal will include a central hub with 6 curved spikes with walkways that connect to one point to make the navigating the terminal easier. Sort of like, well, I sort of think about
like a turntable, kind
well,
of like
it
a
actually
roundabout.
it goes out.
Wow, look how beautiful.
Yes.
I'm looking at pictures of it. I mean, that's the drawing, obviously, but it's it
It's
looks
a rendering of it.
it looks very fancy. Where are all the airplanes?
So they said that the initial opening will have 4 runways, while 2 later phases will lead to additional areas that can push the airport's capacity to 100 million passengers a year.
Wow.
And apparently they're also doing a high-speed railway station at the airport, which would be great. And they're saying that this is going to be the busiest, or second busiest airport in the world.
Well, if they could just do something about the smog, that's the only challenge is flying in and out, because I've been there when there's been so much smog you couldn't see the nose in front of your face.
Yeah.
But anyway, hopefully they'll figure that one out.
Does that interrupt flights, Arthur?
Well, it's delayed flights. I mean, they don't have visibility. You know, it's like when
And that's from smog. Oh,
And
God.
it's smog, you can smell it. No, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, let's hope for the best for China. Alrighty, well, speaking of things that are happening, what are you doing on August the 21st?
I will be in Utah.
You'll be in Utah.
Mhm.
What are you gonna be doing on August 21st?
I don't know, is there a party? Can I please go?
Yeah, there's gonna be a party like no other. In fact, this party, the last time we had a party like this was 38 years ago. 38 years ago, because we're gonna have a total solar eclipse
Oh.
right here in the United States. And it's gonna be so exciting because it's gonna carry across the US. You can see from this map where it enters over Oregon, and it's gonna make its way all the way across and then exit out near South Carolina.
So you have to be in the strip to have the total
Total
eclipse?
eclipse, to have the effect. And I mean,
And
last
those
time,
are the ones you can't look at, right? You
this
can't-
is the one where the
It's like a
it
diagonal
blackens
of
it
the
out.
United States.
Right,
So-
but you can't
So
look
the
at it.
moon blackens
Don't
out
you
the sun.
remember you used to have to put a
Yeah,
box?
I
on
remember
it?
this.
Yeah,
So,
with it, yeah.
I have seen this on the internet.
Yes.
I don't have them today to show you, but they have little glasses you can buy real cheap. They're like paper and plastic, and you put them on your eyes, and you can get Amazon Prime in 2 days, so that you can see the eclipse with safety glasses on for a
Ah.
few dollars. They're really cheap.
What a good idea.
So I think that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, that sounds awesome. Well, August 21st, it's gonna be, the moon, of course, does its dance with the sun, as you know, and it's going to go east to west. It's a 90-minute or thereabouts spectacle, which will be the first of its kind in the country in 38 years, before you were born.
Thank you very much.
Now, here are some of the places. Well, I mean, what's this have to do with travel? Well, I think these are places you should plan
Other
to go to,
destinations.
because it's so cool to be able to have to go somewhere just to be able to watch this. First place is going to be Corvallis, Oregon. If you want to ever go to Corvallis, that's where they actually, that's where I get my truffle trees from. Yeah.
Really?
Idaho Falls, Idaho is next. Then Casper, Wyoming. Grand Island, Lincoln, Nebraska. St. Joseph, Missouri. That's where the News Press Gazette is published, which is a sister, not related to the Santa Barbara News Press, but good paper. Kansas City, Missouri. Then it's going to go on to Columbia, Jefferson City in Missouri, and then St. Louis, then Bowling Green, Kentucky. Nashville, Tennessee. What a great
Oh,
city
I
is
bet you're gonna
Nashville.
have a big music concert for the eclipse there. That would be exciting.
And then it'll be in Greenville and Columbia, South Carolina. So,
South
Did you know
Carolina.
Jefferson City is where my parents were married?
oh, I didn't know
In
that.
the governor's mansion.
Whoa, fancy you.
There you go.
Okay, here's the map.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, Martha, we'll
Moving on.
talk about
Show it
food.
to my-
Okay, we're gonna be talking about 10 foods to avoid before boarding a plane. Are you listening?
I am listening.
Okay. What do you think the number one would be?
Beans.
Beans, yeah.
Exactly, and I don't think we have to explain why we want to avoid that.
Beans. Because they're good for your heart. The more you eat them, the more you
Yeah.
can paint art.
Okay, the other one is carbonated soft drinks, apparently.
Really?
That too can cause.
Really?
flatulence.
Does it really?
Oh,
So they're saying that
What gas?
it can cause you to belch or get heartburn.
uh-huh,
Okay, garlic,
yeah.
you know,
Oh.
they're saying that that can cause not only bad breath.
Silent but deadly.
Mhm.
But deadly. Wait, that's going back to the earlier stuff. Okay.
How about French fries? The smell
I
of
had
fries
no idea.
wafting from airport food stands might beckon, but the fats and oils in fried food can cause heartburn, which can lead to a very uncomfortable flight. So you
Wow.
want to avoid that. It also can lead to fluid retention,
Oh.
which in turn can cause your feet to swell.
Huh.
Okay, we all know this one, alcohol. You're supposed to avoid alcohol. But
Yeah, that's what I get on the plane. Come on. I don't wanna fly without a little.
Disregard this one, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, then they're saying cheeseburgers. A lot of people have difficulty digesting meat, so
Wow.
Indulging in a burger with a
Oh, it
burger
looks so good right now.
is.
Can you have it on a travel show? When you're doing a travel show?
Yeah, I think you're safe because we're really not in the.
That looks
I
just
don't want to.
yummy.
I don't want to. You know,
Okay.
bum you
Well, what
out
are you
with-
supposed to eat? Kale salad, and you gotta be on a plane for 10 hours, and the other food doesn't stick to you.
I know. Well, you've got coffee that you're supposed to avoid too.
Uh-huh.
Another one, hot peppers.
Oh.
They're saying spicy food can cause stomach discomfort and bladder irritation.
Oh, going that. It's hard enough to get into those restrooms.
And
They're
here's
so
one-
small.
Here's one I didn't think about, apples.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought
Seems like
the
a
once a
nice-
day was good for the
Apples
doctor.
aren't easy to digest and like other fibrous fruits can leave you gassy. So you want to avoid that.
Right.
And last but not least, and this is kind of interesting because oftentimes people will chew gum so that they can.
Smells,
get
your
accustomed-
breath is nice.
And your ears get, balanced or whatever.
Balanced.
But they're saying that's not a good idea because the gas builds up in your stomach, which can make you feel bloated.
Wow.
So basically, just stay home.
Just don't fly. All right. Well, you know what? Some people in England wish they didn't go flying. as we know, the English have a fairly good sense of humor, but nowadays with air travel being so inexpensive, everybody's traveling, and they're not always that savvy, some of these travelers. They kind of get surprised that things aren't quite the way they thought they were going to be, because they may not have studied it too carefully. And here's a list of complaints. This is through Twitter. Holiday complaints, it's called, and they were sent by travelers to their travel agents. And the one that a couple of caught my eye. There was a holiday maker who moaned, "The water in the Gulf of Mexico was too salty." Yeah, no one told me that there was going to be salt in the water.